Hello, good morning, and thank you. It's an honor to be speaking to all of such distinguished guests. My name is Deren Temel. I am the program manager for applied projects and maker innovation spaces for Arizona State University. Arizona State University is a comprehensive research university in the United States, and it has been ranked #1 for innovation for the last 4 years. But what is Arizona State University doing in Vietnam? Since 2010, Arizona State University has been running 3 USAID-funded education development projects, and our current project is Build It. Build It is a public-private ecosystem that prepares the universities to produce work-ready engineering graduates. So we define work-ready as engineers who are ready to solve problems independently and collaboratively and have the skills that the industry requires of them. So, Build It, the 5-year project, helps universities prepare work-ready graduates in 3 core components. The first is leadership training for the university's top management, helping the university move towards autonomy. Our second component is guidance for international quality assurance accreditation for our partner universities. And the third, which is the component that I manage, is applied project-based curriculum implementation. This is a difficult term, but it is just curriculum innovation where students are doing applied projects. And uniquely, we facilitate this through industry partnership. I will explain all of this. So, what is project-based learning? Project-based learning is the learning methodology that students learn best by actively engaging in a challenge. And by doing the challenge, from the beginning of doing a needs assessment through the design phase, they learn from their own challenge. In a sense, they are learning from their process. And we implement project-based learning capacity building for engineering departments in 6 universities in Vietnam. We do this in 2 ways. First, by guiding applied projects and modeling these projects so that the university can adapt and adopt the projects into their own curriculum. And second, by creating maker innovation spaces, which I will explain further. For the curriculum innovation, for the applied projects, we teach the university's faculty our applied project models, and we guide them as the faculty teaches those models to their own students. This is an example of one of our applied projects. This one is called EPICS. EPICS is a 1-semester design challenge where student teams work together on a design challenge where they have to innovate for a real community problem. They start from the beginning, understanding the problem, making a bunch of recommendations, then prototyping, testing, and showcasing. So, I mentioned that industry partners are very interested in our applied projects and in all applied projects. It is difficult for an industry partner to directly engage with an ongoing curriculum. But an applied project is its own learning experience that the industry partner can engage in. So, if the industry partner gives the students the challenge, they can design the challenge in such a way that the students will learn the specific skills that that partner wants in its new graduates and its new hires. An applied project is a unique way for the industry partner to connect their mission, their solutions, and their career opportunities to the curriculum, to the faculty, and to the high-performing students. Also, through the applied project, the industry partner can broadcast to the public their investment in the next generation of engineers, and in the long-term partnership with applied projects can help the industry partner co-develop programs, internships, and eventually employment pipelines. So applied projects are a strong touch point for industry and university. So, where do the students do applied projects? Do they do it in the classroom? Do they do it at home? Do they do it in a lab? They do it in a special co-creation space called a Maker Innovation Space. These are pictures of the Maker Innovation Spaces in Vietnam. A Maker Innovation Space is a unique type of classroom that offers the students the guidance, the materials, and the creative environment for them to complete their design projects. A makerspace has different aspects of other engineering labs all together. So there is a wood shop, there is a metal shop, there is a digital learning area. In the makerspace movement, the growth of makerspaces worldwide, someone who uses a makerspace is termed a maker. And again, a maker is someone who learns from their own project. So, Maker Innovation Spaces on campus promote innovation in these unique ways. First, they promote a culture of multidisciplinary collaboration because we have students from different disciplines in engineering and in social science coming together to solve a problem. The maker spaces incubate the students' new ideas and students' early startups by giving them the materials and guidance. The maker spaces and the programs in the maker spaces help the students with their design thinking skills, their critical thinking skills, their soft skills and collaboration, and the makerspace is the strong touch point for industry partners to connect with the university. The maker movement has been growing worldwide, and if we see from this chart, in Europe and North America, there are a large number of makerspaces, but the gray area is the rest of the world, where there are not as many makerspaces. The makers movement in Vietnam was ongoing before Arizona State's intervention. We had a number of fab labs throughout Vietnam. Fab labs are smaller makerspaces that often don't have the heavy equipment to produce large engineering projects. This brings us to BuildIt's Maker Innovation Network. This is a series of makerspaces in partnerships with Vietnamese public institutions and public universities. In 2017, we partnered with 2 Vietnamese public institutions to create a makerspace at the University of Da Nang and a makerspace at Saigon High-Tech Park. And currently, we are partnering with Cần Thơ University to create a makerspace in Cần Thơ. Here is photos of our makerspace in Da Nang. You can see the different workshops all combined together so the students can easily collaborate across disciplines. Here is our Maker Innovation Space in Saigon High-Tech Park. Saigon High-Tech Park is not a university. So the Maker Innovation Space is offering these tools to startups because it is connected with the incubation center. So makerspaces can help students, it can help the community, and it can help startups. So, within the makerspace, we run different applied projects. The space alone will not teach. The applied projects and the active curriculum is what brings all the benefits to the students. Our first project, which I mentioned, was EPICS. EPICS is the 4-month design program with 30 students, and we have run this in 6 universities with the university faculty teaching or guiding 30 makers through the EPICS process. Here we see an EPICS student working in the makerspace at the early stage. And with the help of the makerspace, they eventually built this large innovation. And this is at their final showcase. We have the Maker to Entrepreneur program, which is EPICS, but only 1 week. We have the student demonstrating innovations with LED lights. We ran EPICS for women, highlighting that the team's leader was a woman. This ran just like EPICS, and that we highlighted women. And we had an industry-sponsored hackathon with Amazon Web Services. I'm highlighting this because the industry partner donated this hardware to the makerspaces. So we see that the applied project is not only a learning space, but it's also a way to engage the partner to supply the makerspaces. And here we have a student who invented a camera that can read what you are pointing at. So what is the impact of the Maker Innovation Network? We have increased student innovations. We've had about 400 students engage in applied projects. That's 100 teams, 104-person teams with about 100 new innovations. And we've had 20% of the participants being women. We have the faculty that are eager to integrate applied projects into their curriculum, and our 6 partners have goals to integrate applied projects into their curriculum before 2020. We have proof that makerspaces and applied projects are a valuable touch point for industry. We had 4 projects sponsored by Dow Vietnam and 1 sponsored by Amazon. And importantly, the partner institutions adopted the makerspace. They offer their own programs for the public, which helps them bring in revenue. Here's a student learning from a 3D printer. They offer programs for children. Again, here are children learning how to use a 3D printer in children's STEM programs. This is encouraging boys and girls to pursue STEM. And one of our strategic partners built their own makerspace. This is proof that students have a strong demand for this kind of learning. If you're going to open your own makerspace, we have these recommendations. Please be patient. Innovation is a long-term investment. It requires a lot of financial planning because there is materials, utilities, staffing, a large upkeep for the space. It's important to be entrepreneurial with the space. The space is for students, but you can also create programs that bring revenue to your institution. Make partnerships. I showed how the space is a strong point for partnerships. Connect with startup incubators. It's very important that once the students and once the public has a prototype, that they have an incubation center that can help them bring that prototype to the market. Invest in your students' ideas because they are the next generation of engineers. And keep the space open. Although classes start and finish, innovation goes on into the night and into the weekends. So try to be available and welcoming for the students. I have a brief video. If it's 2 minutes, if we have time, could we please play this video? This is our Maker Innovation Space in action, where we brought young scientists from the lower Mekong region, all the countries touching the Mekong River, together to innovate a solution for those living beside the river. And if we could play it.
I think this program is very good for us to have all the young scientists in our region together. And I think we learn a lot, not just the technical skill, but we also learn about another the skill that we can improve ourselves as well, like the communication skill, the problem-solving skill, or even the teamwork skill. And I believe we will continue work together as maybe not this program and maybe another program that we can create together, like joining the proposal or even the region research.
I think they should prepare a lot, both knowledge and personal and general knowledge. And more than that, I think they should think that they should find the real purpose of joining. Not just joining for fun, not just joining in order to meet new people, but they should think about the strong commitment, how can they solve problem for the local community that they are looking for help.
You work together as a team, right? And the MI program give us about the inspirations, motivations, incubations for the young scientists to do something for the future's community. I think this is very good program that we should not, for the another participants should not lose it. I think it's very good program.
Very much for your attention, and this is how maker spaces can promote innovation on campus and regional collaboration.